Welcome back, Pokemon trainers. Professor Chaz here, the lab coat's on back order, and it's time for some more Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon Wi-Fi viewer battles with you folks out there. Remember, if you're a chance to get joined in on some of these battles, stay tuned to the channel and make sure you're subscribed, because usually every weekend I'm going to upload a video letting you know when I'm looking for opponents in either Sun and Moon or in the Pokemon TCG Online, and I'll be recording a few videos of either battle for the upcoming week. So this week, I'm going to focus on using what I'm calling sort of an Easter-themed team, and I'll explain each Pokemon, how they fit the Easter theme as we get into it. So I guess there's nothing further to do, but check out our first Pokemon. It is going to be Egbert, our Togetic. If you're not sure why we're using Egbert for an Easter-themed team, you should probably figure out the name first of all. Second of all, he is of course a Togetic evolving from Togepi, one of the first egg kind of Pokemon featured in the anime. Although there's another egg Pokemon I'll mention as we get to it, but of course Egbert here is a naughty Pokemon, which is attack up and special defense down. The ability is Serene Grace, giving more chance to secondary effects of attacks. And since he has an evolution, but he's not evolved, he's going to hold the Eviolite to add 50% to each of his 2 defensive stats. The moveset is Water Pulse, Follow Me, Tailwind, and Heal Bell. Basically, the reason I chose to use double battles for this particular format is because a lot of the Pokemon I'm using are, well, I shouldn't say a lot, but a good number of the Pokemon I'm using are more focused on sort of double battle themes. So that is going to be one of Egbert's main things here. Follow Me, drawing attacks away from my other Pokemon, and Water Pulse, well, I can hit anything. It's too bad they don't have triple battles anymore, because Water Pulse was a move that could hit the far side in a triple battle, whereas other moves can't do that. But we also have the Tailwind and Heal Bell, of course. Next is another egg Pokemon, our Blissey named Shelly from our Sinnoh days. Again, that's the, well, not... She's more of the Gen 2 Pokemon, much like Togetic, but anyway, she was the original egg Pokemon way back in Gen 1 as a Chansey. Now she's a Blissey. I think you know what I'm trying to say, though. She has a docile nature and a lot of ribbons, as you can see right there. The ability Serene Grace, just like with Egbert, is going to add more secondary effects, or more chance of secondary effects to attacks. And she's holding leftovers, because she has some pretty good defensiveness in her special defense. Physical, not so much, but you'll see we have Reflect on a Pokemon for this week, too. And her moveset is Thunderbolt, Copycat, Stealth Rock, and Light Screen. Next, I am bringing my own Tapu. It's going to be Tapu Lele. The reason is, when I look at Tapu Lele, it makes it look like it's riding in the Egg-O-Matic that Eggman uses in the Sonic the Hedgehog series, so that's the egg relation that I'm going with for this particular Pokemon. I know it might not make a lot of sense, but just bear with me. I want to bring a Tapu. And Tapu Lele is a hardy Pokemon, which is a neutral nature, holding the Life Orb, adding more power to each hit, but losing some HP at the cost of every hit. The ability, of course, is Psychic Surge, putting up the Psychic Terrain, making the battlefield get weird, preventing any preventing any priority moves from being fired off, like Quick Attack, Extreme Speed, Sucker Punch, stuff like that. Moveset is just all-out offense. We got Thunderbolt, Psychic, Energy Ball, and Moonblast on this Tapu. Next Pokemon in the team is going to be Jiggy the Jigglypuff. Yeah, he hasn't had a lot of good showings in the past, and if I lose battles with this particular team, I don't care. This would be like an Easter gift to you folks out there. The present is you get to beat me on my own channel, and that's the excuse I'm going to use. Anyway, Jiggy here is a gentle Pokemon, special defense up and defense down. The ability is competitive, so if he loses any of his stats, his special attack sharply rises. He's holding Focus Sash because, yeah, he's probably not going to take a hit, but the Focus Sash means that he will take a hit. The moveset is Dazzling Gleam, Thunder Wave, Reflect, and Helping Hand. So if it gets down to the point that he's about to faint, I can use Helping Hand on the next turn, which is sort of a priority thing. It does not get blocked by Psychic Terrain, I'm pretty sure, because it's not an offensive move. But I can fire off the Helping Hand, add more power to the other Pokemon for that turn. Could come in handy. Next, this is a bit of a stretch, but I'm using Majestic our Altaria, who is a naughty Pokemon, which is attack up, special defense down. The reason I'm considering her as an Easter team member, you know how the Peter Cottontail is another name for the Easter Bunny, I think? Or at least that's the name of a bunny, basically. Cottontail is going to go in with the whole cottony look of our Altaria right here. Also, as my nephew pointed out, if you look at the face of Altaria, it doesn't look sort of like a chick, almost like a little Easter peep in a way. Yeah, it's a bit of a stretch, but I'm going to stretch with that. Anyway, the ability is Natural Cure, healing any status condition upon switching out of battle, and the held item is Farium Z, going to allow for Twinkle Tackle based off of Moonblast. She also has Dragon Claw, Dragon Dance, and Tailwind. Now, the last Pokemon on the team for our Easter-themed team is, of course, your traditional Poison Bee, the traditional mascot of Easter, Stinger the Beedrill. No, it does not make sense, does it? But you know what? I want to use the Beedrill on the channel, and Stinger's the one to use that, and I'm choosing him, dang it. You know what? This is my Easter gift to myself. using my Mega Beedrill. And that's how I'm tying it in with Easter. Make sense? No, I don't care. Anyway, we're using Mega Stinger, the Beedrill. He has a hasty nature, defense down, and speed up. And he actually has almost max IVs and speed as well. He must be like 29, I think it's like 28 out of 31 possible, something like that. He's pretty high up there. The ability is Swarm, but of course, when he goes into Mega Beedrill, it becomes Adaptability, changing the same type attack bonus from 50% stronger to 100% stronger, essentially doubling all poison and bug type attacks. He is holding, of course, that Beedrillite. The moveset is Poison Jab, U-Turn, Drill Run, and Endure. So that is the team we are using for our Easter-themed team. Let's jump into the first battle right now and see how well our loosely based Easter team theme works against the opponents. I was hoping to use some sort of like rabbit Pokemon, like maybe a Bunnelby or a Lopunny, something like that, but I don't have any in my main collection, and I want to focus on using the main team that I've used in all the videos thus far. Tapu Lele is a bit of a stretch there, because I usually don't like to use legendaries, except for, you know, Zapdos and Articuno, but never mind them. But I figured since we did use Tapu Lele to capture the Ultra Beast in the main playthrough of Pokemon Sun and Moon, that counts. We're going to let it join the team for this. Anyway, with all that being said, let's now jump into our first battle for the week versus my opponents in our Easter-themed Pokemon Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battles against the viewers out there. Alright, my first opponent is Ruben, and let's see, first of all, if they accept the battle request. Of course, I'm sure they're going to. And then we'll see how well our team, our Easter-themed team, kind of, does against the opponent. Ruben has accepted. Let's see what the opponent is bringing to the table. Now, first of all, I'm going to choose the battle rules. I will decide myself, thanks. You can't see that on screen, but it's there. It's an option on the bottom screen. We're going to go with all 6 versus all 6. So we'll go over the normal rules. Number of Pokemon 2 to 6, all set level 50. That looks pretty good. Normal rules are the way to go. Alright, so participating team is, of course, going to be my Easter team, as you see. Come up, and there we go. Everyone's set to level 50, which is nice because if not, Tapu Lele would be very underpowered. So what music should I use for the Easter music? I think we'll start off with this particular music here. Now, Ruben had said in the YouTube comment that they're going to bring one Ultra Beast. I'm not sure if they're going to go with just one or maybe more. We're going to find out. But I am bringing one of the Tapus myself. Plus, I've got Jiggy the Jigglypuff. That's my ace in the hole, I'm sure. Well, he's got a Focus Sash, if nothing else. Alright, we see a Xurkitree, Aegislash, Machamp, Gardevoir, Garchomp, and a Sharpedo. So, am I going to win this? Probably not, but... So, we want to try to deal with... Okay, what is the biggest threat to our team? I'm going to say probably the Aegislash. We have a number of Fairy-type Pokemon. And best way to deal with that is... I don't know. I think what I can do is lead with Jiggy. I'll get the Reflect up first of all. And... should I go ahead? I'm going to lead Stinger. He has the option to Endure if necessary. We can, of course, Mega Evolve right away. We can also do some switching out and stuff. And this kind of fits maybe with Easter music. I don't know, I chose the Versus How, your rival opponent in Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. Let's see how well this battle goes. As I said, the team I'm using, not super overpowered, so I'm not expecting to fully win these battles, but I'm hoping to give each and every one of my opponents as big of a, or as hard of a challenge as I possibly can. Saying that, of course, I did lead with a Jigglypuff. You see Aegislash and Machamp. And a Beast Ball, that Aegislash is. Very interesting. So, we could try to Thunder Wave. Is it really going to help us? Nice thing is, one of the things that Aegislash tends to go for is Shadow Sneak, and I do have Tapu Lele as an option. So, Jiggy, your best bet is to Reflect. Well, just go Mega Evolution right now. We're going to go for Mega Evolution right now. We will Mega Evolve, and I'm going to U-turn Stinger out of here. Who do we hit? Well, we're going to do the most damage to the Machamp, because Aegislash double resists Bug-type moves. So let's get our Mega Evolution immediately. This is our Easter Star right here. In a way, I don't know, as I said, I just want to use him, and we're using him. Do we get to go first? No, they're going to King Shield, which is good that we didn't choose to attack that thing. So we're going to get... Oh, they got Bullet Punch. That's the priority. No, Jiggy! Even if that was a one-hit KO, you still have the Focus Sash anyway. So, out goes Stinger with some decent damage from a resisted U-turn. As now, we switch into... I'm thinking Tapu Lele. It's going to prevent the Bullet Punch from happening. It's also going to stop Shadow Sneak. Thing is, how do we deal with the Aegislash? Because it's probably going to have some sort of steel-type hit, like Iron Head would do a lot to our Lele, do a lot to Jiggy as well. Although we do have the option of going for Helping Hand. And so I think Jiggy had the Eviolite, although he probably would have survived a Bullet Punch anyway, based on the damage that we just saw. Alright, so the Reflect is up, which is good. I could just Dazzling Gleam with Jiggy. Which I think yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to Dazzling Gleam. The Aegislash did just King Shield, which means we have a chance to hit it with something. Do we go for a Thunderbolt? We might as well. I'm going to try to Thunderbolt the Aegislash. And Bullet Punch has no effect. I wonder if it's focused or choiced into that. That's a possibility. There we see our Life Orb recoil. Now it's going for the offensive. Who's it targeting down? Sacred Sword. That's a fighting type move. We double resist that. Alright, no big threat there. With a critical hit, though. We're going to Dazzling Gleam. Very minimal damage. Alright. So the Aegislash is probably going to King Shield now, so I'm going to target down the Machamp. I'm going to Thunder Wave the Aegislash, actually. And I'm going to go for Psychic on Machamp. I think that's the best way to go. They could switch out, but at least we'll get some good damage off on everything but the Sharpedo if it comes in. Everything else. What else do they have on the team? I can't even remember. Anyway, there's the Psychic attack. Can Machamp handle that? It cannot. Down goes Machamp, and the first Pokemon falls on the opposing side as we get a Thunder Wave off against the Aegislash, but we might miss. This goes for a neutral Sacred Sword. Eviolite pulls through, as does the Reflect. And now we have one paralyzed Aegislash on the opposing side. So they didn't go for the King Shield, which I was expecting them to do. At this point, Jiggy can probably best contribute a Helping Hand to power up Tapu Lele's next attack. I'm still expecting we're going to see the King Shield at some point, so we're not going to go targeting down that Aegislash just yet. It traces our Psychic Surge, which is interesting. So let's just go with a Helping Hand onto good old Tapu Lele, as Lele, probably the most powerful move would be Moon Blast. I've got Thunderbolt, Psychic, and Energy Ball as options, but Moon Blast is stab, and it is also not resisted by the Gardevoir, so we're going to Helping Hand Moon Blast it. I'm not seeing any Mega Evolution yet on the opposing side. And they're going into the King Shield as I expected. Which means if we really want to, we could try to take that thing down with a Thunderbolt next turn. The most effective hit we have on it, of course, it is neutral. And they go for a Thunderbolt on Jiggy, no! But your Helping Hand did come through. You lasted longer than I would have expected you to, though, buddy. And a Moon Blast Helping Hand boosted into the Gardevoir slot is not quite a knockout, but it was pretty close. Alright, so we saw that it was quicker than Tapu Lele, but I can always go back into Stinger and just go for a simple U-turn and switch back out. Which I think is the option. If they go for a priority move, it's going to fail because of the Psychic Surge. That being the case, I wonder if I should preserve. Hang on, how many turns are left of the Psychic Terrain? This is the last turn, so I'm going to U-turn with Stinger into the Gardevoir, and I'm going to simply pull out Tapu Lele. And let's go with our most specially defensive Pokemon, I think, is Shelly. They probably, I don't know, would they go for a Sacred Sword? Just in case, I'm going to go to Egbert instead. Egbert has really good defenses and the Eviolite. Come on back, Tapu Lele. We'll preserve that Psychic Surge as Egbert comes in to take some sort of a hit, I'm sure, as Stinger buzzes off. I'm thinking taking down the Gardevoir with him. Down it goes. Alright. Question is, who do I switch into? At this point, I'm thinking maybe let's go Majestic. Good old Altaria. Almost a Dragonite. Same typing, but good old Majestic comes in. We could always go for the Tailwind. As it goes for an offensive move, this Aegislash, it's going to launch off an Iron Head. No, that's not bad. We still have the Reflect up. Not anymore, though. And the weirdness disappears from the battlefield. Oh, that weirdness. Alright, so we have Ruben sending in. The next Pokemon is going to be Garchomp. Now, what would this thing go for? I'm thinking maybe a Rock Slide or something, but I'm going to go with a Tailwind with Majestic, as we go for Follow Me on Egbert to draw the attacks towards him. Go ahead, Garchomp. Try to land a hit on our Altaria if you want. Go for a Dragon move. It's going to fail. There's the Dragon Claw. No effect on Egbert. Very cool. and Tailwind. So now we are faster. I think it might be time to fire off the Twinkle Tackle. We get full paralysis on the Aegislash. And let's just go for the Z move right away. Twinkle Tackle onto Garchomp as Egbert. We're going to go with, I guess, a simple Water Pulse into the Aegislash. It might try to defend itself with a King Shield, but if we don't make physical contact, we won't lose our attack stat. Even if we did, it wouldn't matter, because Egbert is more specially offensive, despite his nature being an attack boost. But let's see how much damage our non-Fairy type Altaria can do with the, Moonblast-based Twinkle Tackle onto the Dragon-type Garchomp. Come on, what do we got? Not sure if it's going to be one-hit KO or not. In fact, knowing my luck, it probably won't be, but off it goes. Not quite a one-hit KO. Alright then, goes for Stone Edge. Come on, Eviolite! That's not Stab right there. And Water Pulse into the Aegislash. Can we pick up Confusion with the Serene Grace ability? No, we can't, and there's the Iron Head. Oh, yeah, down goes Egbert. Alright, our second one is down. It's not bad. We are kind of even up, I think, right now. Let's go to Stinger. I'm thinking it's time to go ahead and Drill Run this Aegislash as we go for a simple Moonblast on Garchomp. Although we could also just Dragon Claw it. I think Moonblast might still be the KO, though. I don't know. I should have checked the power of the Twinkle Tackle. I'm going to risk going for Moonblast as Stinger goes for a Drill Run. Or should I just U-turn out? I'm going to go with the Drill Run on Aegislash. Why not? And they don't go for the shield. Excellent. Super effective. The shields are down. The shield and sword are now down. Aegislash falls through the Drill Run. Can we take out the Garchomp with a Moonblast? Absolutely we can. Down it goes. So Ruben is down to 2 Pokemon remaining. We have not yet seen the Ultra Beast, though. But they have seen my Drill Run, so they know I've got super effective damage on the Xurkitree when it comes in. What else did they have? We're going to find out in just a moment, because they are down to their last 2, of course. In comes our old buddy Xurkitree, and a Sharpedo. That's a U-turn waiting to happen, and we still have the Tailwind, which is good, too. What would they go for? Probably, I'm thinking maybe an Ice Fang against Majestic. No, you know what? They might go for a priority move. I'm going to switch Majestic out and bring in Tapu Lele to get the Psychic Terrain back up, as we just go for a simple U-turn against the Sharpedo, get Stinger out of there. I want to try and get the Tailwind back up. It's going to fall at some point, but even though Egbert has fallen, Majestic does still have the U-turn herself, so we can get it back up with her. Tapu Lele gets the Psychic Terrain back up. No priority moves coming our way. We see there's their Mega Evolution. Mega Sharpedo. Is it going to be quick enough to outspeed our Stinger? And I'm thinking there's a very good possibility. But there apparently is not just yet. U-turn. Adaptability boosted. Down goes the Sharpedo. We're going to get some... No, we don't get Rough Skin, do we? Because that thing has speed boost for its ability. Or no, what does it have? Tough Claw or Strong Jaw, I think? I don't even know anything. I'm going to go to Majestic, and we'll go ahead and get the Tailwind up. I think it's about to fall. Let's see what the Xurkitree decides to fire off. Xurkitree Z move. Electric type. Who are you aiming for, Zerk? Let's see this. The Gigavolt Havoc fired off into... Tapu Lele. And down you go. So the Beast Boost is going to activate. I'm pretty sure it always gets special attack boost, this thing. There it is. Alright. There's the Tailwind, unfortunately. But I do believe Stinger will be quick enough to outspeed and go for the Drill Run. We might miss it, though. So my idea instead is, since the defense is not super crazy on Xurkitree, I'm just going to go U-turn again, as Majestic goes ahead with the Tailwind. See if we can bring this thing down. Can we get at least half damage off on this? Yeah, that's at least half. And the Xurkitree falls to our headliner of the Easter-themed team, Stinger the Mega Beedrill. That's pretty cool. But that is the match for today. So I want to say thanks to my opponent, Ruben, for the good match. Interesting things going on. The Gigavolt Havoc coming in at the end. Mega Sharpedo took me by surprise. I was lucky enough to be quick enough to take it out, because that hasty nature is a good boost for our Beedrill. So with all that, we are done for today. Remember, if you want to take part in some of these Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon Wi-Fi battles, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and on the weekends, I will be uploading videos letting you know when I'm looking for opponents in either this or Pokemon TCG Online. So if you want to get involved in some of those, the opponent has disconnected, but I think we are done the match anyway. But, as I said, I hear some barking outside. What's going on? Anyway, I'm almost done. If you want to stay tuned to the channel, make sure you're subscribed for more updates on when we're doing some of these battles. And if you enjoyed the episode today, feel free to drop a like down below. Leave a comment, letting me know what you thought of my Easter-themed kind of team. And if you have any suggestions for other Pokemon you want to see me use in the future, just leave them in a comment down below as well. But with all that, we are now done. If you want to check out some more videos that I have done, though, check out some of the links during the outro, and there will also be a link to subscribe if you're not currently subscribed. And with that, I'm now signing off. Professor Chaz is done. I'm out of here. Thanks once again for watching, and I'll catch you next time.